All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight on Baptized Fire with Brother Martin. This is the latest edition, baby. This is the latest edition, rendition, whatever you want to talk about it, whatever you want to say about it, whatever you want to say it, show it, know it, suck it, blow it. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. What it matters is I'm here, and what matters is I got some things to talk about. And I just want to say to everybody that has continuously been supportive towards my brand. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it because honestly, it hasn't been the easiest lately because I've been trying to figure out what direction I want to take this because I've really become something I have not intended to be and I don't want to be, and I hate the fact that I'm feeling the way that I feel recently. And the thing about it, guys, is that when it comes to like my baptized fire brand, my shows, my podcast, my streams, everything, I just want to say that I do this because I feel like my experiences with my experiences within my life, they're meant to be shared and they're meant to be used to help others, whether they're good, bad, or they're indifferent. I feel like my experiences are meant to be shared so you can use them to better your life. And the thing about it, not only with my life, but with the lives of my guests, which I haven't had one in a good bit. But the thing about it is that I've completely lost focus on what I want to do with this show, and it really sucks because I had such a good time doing my show to begin with, which my show was originally called Inspired with Christopher. And I did a many shows, and I felt like they were fantastic, and I felt like they were used to help others, and not only that, but they were fun. And for me, whenever something stops being fun, that's whenever I think that's whenever it becomes a chore for me to put something out. And the thing about it is with the Baptized Fire show, it's been a chore for me to attempt to put content out because not only have I been dealing with issues with family, but I've also been dealing with issues of people that, quite frankly, have no clue what the hell they're talking about when it concerns certain aspects of my life. And the thing about it is that I've completely lost focus of my main goal, which I just described. And I have gone down a path of just being a negative person that's just hell bent on tearing others down and calling them out and this and that and the other. And it makes me realize that I'm no better than the people that are criticizing me. So I just want to say this going forward that I am going to stop all that bull crap. I'm going to stop all that nonsense, and I am going to do what I do, and that is to share my life, to inspire, and to help you guys realize that you're not here by accident, that you're here by divine design, that you're here to change lives just like yours truly is. And you know what? I love every single person that's been supportive of me, and I will continue to do my best to give you all I got. Um, and the thing is that I been called out for certain things, and people have said to me, Chris, it's funny how you have no issue whatsoever with doing like the wrestling podcast. And yeah, and that's the God honest truth is it's easy for me because it's fun and it doesn't feel like a chore and it's natural and it's just kind of like I don't need to really come up with content on that because it's just one of those things where it is right off the cuff and it's just something that's just boom 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 and it's easy to play off of somebody, which I normally play off John, Mr. John Wangland. He's the co-owner with me of the Retro Wrestling Revival brand, which we do have that on Facebook, by the way. So if you would look up Retro Wrestling Revival podcast for all your retro wrestling needs. We are there to meet them because I'm a firm believer that me and John we are the premier source for retro wrestling content on Facebook and on the World Wide Web. Anyways, it's been a really bumpy ride lately with everything because I've lost focus, I've lost track, and I need to reset myself to where I need to be and where I need to go with this program and with this brand and with where God wants me to be. Because ultimately, that's the thing, guys. I need to go where God leads me. I need to go where God shows me to say, hey, this is what you're meant to do. This is why you're meant to do it. And this is who you're going to affect in the process. And the thing is that like with negativity, it's very infectious. Okay. Like with negativity, you can easily be like a negative influence towards somebody. You could cut somebody down, and it might not directly hurt them right away, but eventually, unless that person directly addresses it, they're eventually going to get to the point to where they are greatly affected by it, and it's going to tear them up inside. And for me, that's what's happened. Is I've let things tear me up inside when in fact I have not been known for that. I'm actually a guy who really I how do I say this? I'm a really open guy. I'm a very open book, and I'm not afraid to share my feelings. And I've recently been struggling to do that. So it's really out of character for me. And I want you guys to know that going forward, that that's not going to be the case no more because I need this just as much as I need air. Because I need a way to vent. I need a way to get my feelings out, and most importantly, which I need a way that I could share and hopefully help you guys because I know not only through my experiences but through your experiences you can help me. Um, and it's just been extremely frustrating and very disheartening lately. So I just want to say that I want to do this. I want to work hard. I want to get all this out there to say, hey, you guys deserve better from me. You don't deserve a negative Nancy. Like, you don't deserve somebody that's just going to bitch, moan, and complain about somebody that essentially is never going to change and they're never going to better themselves because they're happy with where they're at and they're happy with being miserable within their lives, and they're too blind to see what's in front of them, like with their blessings. Because I'm not blind to the fact that I have an amazing wife. I'm not blind to the fact that I have two amazing kids, a roof over my head, a good job, and that I'm living for them. And God's the one that's made it all possible for me. I recognize that fact. But lately I've been distracted. And that's not me, by God. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not going to be distracted anymore by bullshit and negativity and by people that are just extremely just pissed off at life because it didn't turn out the way that they wanted to. And I just want to tell you this right now. When it comes to life, life is what you make it, okay? You get what you give. And the thing about misery and happiness, the one thing they have in common is that they are a choice. You choose your misery, you choose your happiness, and you choose the perspective in which you see those things. So I choose to see it from a positive perspective of when I go through negative times, then God's trying to teach me certain things that will make me more grateful when the positive times happen again. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm learning the fact that I can't control everything. I can't control everybody. All I can control is my words and my actions. And I'm going to be doing that, ladies and gentlemen, more. I'm going to be controlling that. Like the negativity, I'm going to take out because that ain't me. I that God, it's bugging me. It's really bugging me. And I just want to say, guys, I love you all, and I greatly appreciate it. And to everybody out there, like I said, I am an open door. I'm an open book. And if you want to talk to me, by all means, you're more than welcome to come on my show. If you want to address any issues you might have with me, you're more than welcome to come on. I will gladly sit down with you and talk it out because I feel like For all the differences we have more in common than you realize. And a lot of people don't seem to understand that or refuse to acknowledge that fact that we all have a lot more in common than we realize. And it's those commonalities that can bring us together and to where we can knock down those walls that we build up, those walls of hatred, ignorance, negativity, and misunderstanding. And we can tear down those walls and we can reach across the aisle and we can see that ultimately we're family. And that's what I wanted us to do, guys. I want us to reach across the aisle and realize that we're family and that we're meant to do bigger and better things, not alone, not divided, but together. We're supposed to unite. We're not supposed to divide. And I want to get that message across tonight. Unity is more powerful than division. It really, really is. And it's just an amazing thing, guys. It really, really is. I want you guys to realize that. And um, I've really been thinking about, what am I going to talk about today to inspire you guys? What can I help you with, like within like your life? And which I was talking to God, and because normally before I do my shows, like a few days to like a week or so before my show, I pray about it, and I deeply want to help you guys, and I want to make an impact within your lives and not just randomly bring up subjects that are just going to be like puff pieces, so to speak. But I want it to be or something that you guys could carry with you through like the rest of your week to help you add on to what you're building onto. Because I believe every single day within our lives, not only are we learning new things, but like we're building upon the day before. So it's kind of like a building block, so to speak. Like we're building up to where God wants us to be within our lives. Now, where you're at, that's depending on your decisions within your life. Because I know for me, for the most part, I'm getting there. I'm getting where I need to be, but I'm letting others distract me from where I need to be because I'm wasting time on things and people that don't matter. Scratch that. The people do matter, but what they're arguing about and what they're upset about in the long run, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect the ones that matter the most within their lives. So for the people out there that are struggling that and think that what they're going through is so important and so valuable, stop and think to yourself, is this directly not just affecting me, but is it directly in my family? Is it affecting my wife? Is it affecting my kids? And if you come to the conclusion that it's not and that you can live without it, then my advice is to drop it and move on because we all struggle sometimes with harboring anger and frustration towards people or things that in the grand scheme of things doesn't matter, and that's what God's put on my heart, especially like the past few days, is that unless it directly affects your wife and your kids and and it and it hinders your ability to take care of them, then you don't need to waste your time on it. And that's what I'm going to start to do. I'm not going to waste my time on nonsense, and I'm not going to waste my time on negativity. And I just want to let people know because I know there's people that are messaging me because they want to get a response from me. And I'm just going to tell you this right now. I'm not going to directly answer you on Twitter. I'm not going to directly address you. So you're wasting your time, which essentially you're making yourself look like a crazy person that's messaging somebody that's not going to answer you directly through that medium. So my advice, unless it's something positive that we can conversate about, don't even bother with it because I'm not going to address it. So there you go for that. When it comes to things like the things like with like my work situation. It's been extremely challenging lately on it, honestly, because my main boss, like my main store manager, which I'm not going to name who he is, but my main store manager, he was out for 3 months because he went to a separate store for training, I believe, and we had a replacement manager. This replacement manager, it was extremely challenging because, quite frankly, the guy was extremely unfit and he did not deserve to be in the position that he was in because, quite frankly, the guy has no people skills whatsoever. He's stuck on a cell phone. Within the 3 months that he was managing the store, he literally only spoke to me once, and that was because he was attempting to correct me on a situation that he had no clue what was going on. He had no clue what the context of it was, and he thought that he could correct me when in fact he was wrong. So I was finding it challenging on a daily basis to motivate myself to give 100%. Because it's not like, don't get me wrong, guys. I don't need a pat on the head. I don't need like a freaking handshake, a good job every single damn day. I don't need that, okay? Because I'm not that big of a freaking attention whore to where I need that constant uh, reiteration, like that constant reaffirmation of you're awesome. I don't need that, but I do need somebody to work with that when I need something that I could go directly to without feeling like that I'm annoying him or that or that I'm a nuisance to him. And that's what he made me feel like, the interim manager. Um, so, and the funny part about it is, while the original manager was gone for like the 3 months, the store was being ran like a clown show. People weren't doing what they're supposed to. Managers were disappearing. Wouldn't show up front. They'd be sitting in the back all day, screwing around. I mean, God, it was bad. And the front end workers like me, because yes, I am a money center supervisor, but I also help out with customer service. It's been an extremely frustrating experience because not only have we been shorthanded due to the whole issue with people not wanting to work, but also the fact that most managers, especially the ones that work in the back, they don't care to hop on and help out. They like to walk up and point shit out that needs to be done, but when it comes to doing stuff themselves, they don't dare get their hands dirty. And that really pisses me off. That really, really frustrates me because within like these past 3 months, it's been magnified so much tenfold because guess what? This has been the busiest summer in the history of Myrtle Beach. And this has been the busiest summer in the history of my store. Mixed with, we're only at 60% work capacity. So we are short handed so terribly bad. So I'm having to work 3 times harder, 4 times harder for people that don't really give a shit and think that they could just hang out or walk around and just point shit out that needs to be done, but yet they refuse to do it themselves. And which I could talk all the crap in the world when it comes to Food Lion, because quite frankly, that company was a joke. But I can honestly say that whenever shit needed to be done and we were shorthanded, my store managers would hop on register. They would hop on at the customer service desk. They would hop in the deli, the meat market. They would help stock shelves. They would do whatever needed to be done to help out, to get the goals completed, to help the store be ran properly. I can honestly say that. But unfortunately, recently with these substitute managers we've had, none of that got done, and we got backed up so horribly. And it was such a frustrating experience for me because just like the whole thing with me trying to be happy doing this show and it not feeling like a chore. Because, like I said earlier, when it feels like a chore, that's whenever it stops being fun and you don't want to do it as much. Walmart for me, up until about 3 months ago, I loved going to work. I enjoyed it. It was such a fun experience for me, which it literally didn't feel like work to me because I was treated so well and I had such great coworkers, which I still do, don't get me wrong. But then the bull crap happened. My original store manager left and things went downhill. It was so unbelievably frustrating. Um, and every single day that I had to wake up to go to work, it was like, Jesus Christ, I know what I'm going to have to put up with, and it's not right. It's bullshit. It's so frustrating. Not only that, but it's certain customers, especially tourists, with all due respect, a lot of them are jackasses. They think that they should be treated like gold and they could treat me however they want in return. So basically, like the biggest complaints were you need to hire more people. You're shorthanded. You guys need to hop on register, this, that, the other. And yet they don't realize we have a management group that doesn't give a shit to help out extra. Because the main manager that made people do shit isn't there. Um, and we can't force people to work. So it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like a catch 22 where like you can't talk back to the customers, but like too they're too stubborn to listen to your reasoning because they don't give a shit because they're on vacation and they want their shit done right then and there. So I tell people this, and which I'm going to tell you this: the store that I work at is the fifth busiest store in the United States. If you're going to go there and you are in a hurry, go elsewhere because it's not going to make you too happy. I promise you. So please, if you don't have patience, then don't come. It's that simple because you're gonna make it to where the workers aren't going to be really too happy or too pleased to go above and beyond for you. It's like this, ladies and gentlemen. You get more bees with honey than you do vinegar. And like for me, these past 3 months, it's felt like a chore between being treated like crap with management to being treated like garbage from the customers. It's not been fun. And last week, my original manager he came back permanently, and suddenly the other managers they're doing what they're supposed to. They're going above and beyond like they're supposed to, and things are actually getting back to normal to where work's fun again. But it's sad that knowing that just because one person leaves to go to training for or to go cover for somebody else for like a certain period of time, that a whole fucking store can fall apart. And it's just amazing the difference that one person can make. And the same goes for every single person watching this. Whether you realize it or not, you do make a massive difference with whoever you're with, whatever you're doing, wherever you work at. You make more of a difference than you realize. The harder you work, the more integral and more important you're going to be to that environment. And by going above and beyond, uh, not only will you be rewarded for it by God, but your family will notice, and hopefully, if you have a boss that's worth a damn, they'll notice and they'll appreciate you because my store manager literally the my original one that came back literally every single day the first thing that he does is he walks up to me, he says, "Hey Chris, you doing okay? How's your family? Is there anything that I could do like to make your job easier?" That's what a real fucking manager does. They don't go hide in the back play on their cell phones, and walk around just pointing shit out that needs to be done because they're too lazy to do it themselves. That's not a manager to me. A manager is somebody that's willing to roll up their sleeves, get dirty, and lead by example. Not lead by words, but lead by action. Because by leading with action, your words hold more weight. Just saying, guys. Remember that. By leading with action, your words will have more weight and more power to them going forward. So that's honestly partially what's been bugging me lately and why I have not been too keen on doing this show. Um, it's because work, it's been frustrating. And because it's something that I do so much, because I work 5 days a week, I work 40 plus hours a week, there's times where uh, that that I'm thinking to myself, awesome, I'm going to do my show later, and then I'm so worn out by the time I get home that I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just do it later, and it keeps getting and it keeps getting put off more and more and more because of that. And guys, I need to stop letting those things dictate what I enjoy doing, because it's not my fault that there's lazy people out there, and if that means that I need to dig deeper to get that energy to do what I love even more, then so be it. I'm going to do it, by God. And that's what I encourage every single person watching today to do. If you are going through a time where you're being drained physically and emotionally and spiritually, whether it's your work, whether it's your home life, school, whatever, and it's taking the joy out of things that you love because you're so tired that you can't do them, I encourage you, dig deep, ask God for that strength so you can do those things that you enjoy, because life's too short to be miserable. Life's too short to just focus on things that feel like chores. Life's too short, guys. And I encourage every single one of you to dig deep, get that strength, and do what you love, because you never know whether you're going to be here tomorrow or not. Because honestly, one of my coworkers, he passed away 4 days ago, and it's just crazy to think, because 3 days prior to that, I was sitting in the break room with him, talking to him, and then boom, he dies from a heart attack. I'll tell you this right now, guys: stop focusing on things that don't matter within your life, because ultimately, so much time's going to go by to where you're going to think to yourself, "Holy crap, why did I waste so much time on nonsensical bullshit that didn't affect anything within my life that actually mattered?" Focus your time on things long term that matter. Focus on the people that matter the most. Focus on your wives, focus on your husbands, your kids, uh, your pastors, your coworkers, uh, family. I mean, just focus on the ones that matter the most. Focus on the ones that add to your lives, and don't give power to the ones that take away. To the ones that tear down, ignore them and move on, because quite frankly, they're not worth your time. Because guess what? Your time's too valuable to let negative influences be something that tears you down and that dictates your mood and decides whether you have a good day or not. You decide whether you have a good day or not. Don't let outside influences be the deciding factor. So, guys, I love you, and I just want to say I'm going to be putting out more shows. I'm going to try. I really, really am, because honestly, lately I've been not only dealing with the issues with being angry, but I've also been dealing with the issues at work. Um, I've been dealing with struggling with depression because of the loss of my brother-in-law. I mean, it really hit me hard. It really really hit me harder than what I thought it would. Um, and I want to continue to give you guys something worth watching, and I want to inspire you and like to lift you up and then I want you guys to realize that you're not alone, that you're not by yourself. You're beautifully and wonderfully made. You're here by divine design. You're not here by accident, and that you're here to really to make an impact and share your lives with the ones that matter the most. Share it. Don't waste it. That's what I'm telling you guys. Share your life. Don't waste your life. It's it's so easy to get caught up in nonsensical garbage that doesn't matter. Use this opportunity, use today as the day that you're going to say no more. No more energy will be wasted on nonsense and garbage. Now it's time to waste and focus. Well, not waste. Now it's time to invest and focus and re energize and um, be reinvigorated, re energized, re. Hold on a second. I'm trying to think of a word to really stay focused on the subject here. Reinvigorate, to re-encapsulate. I don't know, just to reboot, restart, refocus, refresh on what matters the most. Because that's the beautiful thing about every single day. Because every single day is a brand new opportunity to start fresh and to change your life. Every single day is an opportunity for you to let God use you to benefit and help others, and for you to change your circumstance and to change your life for the better. Let's say that you're struggling with your marriage and like your wife wants to divorce you. Guess what? The beautiful thing is tomorrow is an opportunity for you to show her and for you to prove to her that you love her and that what she wants to do with the divorce, that she's making a mistake. You have that opportunity. Don't think that it's over. Don't surrender. Don't give up, because by God, you're not here to give up. You're here to continue to fight. That's what God has made you for. For the people that are thinking to themselves, "Oh man, I'm in a dead end job and I'm not too pleased like with where I'm at, and why bother putting forth effort?" Okay, well, think to yourself, that's supposed a dead end job. You could be busting your ass so hard, and someone that comes into that storefront could notice you, and that could be the key to you having that life changing experience, because somebody that you might not have been aware of watching was watching you, and they needed somebody with your set of skills to help them better their business. So think about it. Don't give up. Don't half ass things, because we all are here to give 100% within this life. I promise you, you are. And let's say that you're in a circumstance to where you are dealing with a situation where you don't have custody full time of your child, but like you're trying to fight for it. Think about it from this perspective. Let's say that you only get your kid every other weekend. Use those days that you're given, those precious days, to give 110%. That way, whenever like the next court appearance comes up, they have no choice but to give you more time, because you went above and beyond, and you proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that you were worthy. Everybody, go above and beyond and prove in every circumstance that you're worthy, because you are. Every single person, you are worthy. Don't let nonsense and don't let nonsensical people, circumstances, situations, and things get in the way of you reaching your goal, reaching your potential, and you being the shining city, the shining light on the hill that you were meant to be. Because guess what? We were all designed to make a massive impact in life. We were all designed to change lives, and we weren't designed to be mediocre. We were all designed to be great. Now, whether we're mediocre or not, that's by our choice, not God's choice, because God has a different choice for you to make. It's all a matter of you reaching out, you grabbing it, and you saying, okay, God, let's do this. And that's what I'm going to choose to do. I'm not going to let negativity and anger be the deciding thing that's going to stop me from doing what I love. And going forward, that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you 100%. We're going to talk about positive things. We're going to talk about serious things. We're going to talk about things that we deal with on a daily basis. But I feel like God really wants me to talk about these things. I'm going to talk about parenting. I'm going to talk about drug addiction. I'm going to talk about sex addiction. I'm going to talk about marriage. I'm going to talk about friendships. I'm going to talk about mental health issues. I'm going to talk about all these different things that affect so many of us in a one way, shape, or form. And I feel like I can help. If I can help it, at least one person per episode, then I've done my job. Because I'm not doing this to get rich. I'm not doing this to get famous. I'm not doing this to make money. I'm doing this because I feel like God's calling me to help others. It's time for me to get back up on that horse. And it's time for me to be the one that decides where I go and not to let others decide for me. So that's what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say, once again, for everybody out there, thank you so much for your love. Thank you so much for your support. I'm so unbelievably humbled and grateful that you guys have stuck by me. Especially through the retro wrestling revival brand. And now, which I just started the Baptized Fire with Brother Martin podcast page. I have over, I think it's like 120 or something followers. I just want to say thank you so much. That is so cool. And I want to continue to give you guys the best content possible. And most importantly, you're going to get honesty from me, because that's what we need most. Because honestly, more than ever, there's so much misinformation, stupidity, and ignorance going around that people are passing as factual, and it's not true at all. And people are literally dying because of it. So I just want to say it's time for people to step up, be men of God, be honest, be truthful, and show their strengths, but also show their weaknesses and be vulnerable, because that's what we need to do. We need to be open, honest, strong, vulnerable. That's what we need to do, ladies and gentlemen. So, and before I go tonight, I just want to say once again, thank you so much for everybody out there that's supportive of the Baptized Fire brand. If you want to support me more, you can go to baptizedfire125.sellmytees.com. 13 bucks for like a t-shirt. Hey, go for it. Represent. That'd be pretty cool. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter by searching at baptizedfire125. You can also look me up on YouTube. Just look up Baptized Fire with Brother Martin. And you could also look me up on all major podcasting platforms. Just look up Baptized Fire with Brother Martin as well. And I just want to say, because I know this is not going to be a popular statement, but I don't care. I just want to say, which I'm a firm believer, which I believe in which I'm a Christian, but I'm also a progressive, and I believe in a thing called science. I know, guys. Being a Christian and science, that's kind of like a taboo thing, especially down south. Um, and I just want to say, I'm a firm believer that God and science go hand in hand, that science is a way for God to prove himself to a non believing world, and that science is designed by God. God purposely creates people to design things that are to help save the lives of others. I'm a firm believer in that. And it's been proven thousands upon thousands of times, over millions actually, that science has saved millions of lives within the past. But whenever people want to muddy up the waters and they want to pass around false information and they want to claim that something that's scientific is a political weapon, that's when I have a problem, because there's a lot of people out there that, with all due respect, they're very easily swayed and they're very easily convinced, and they don't use their brains. They don't use their common sense, and they don't bother to research or look into anything, because they think by just listening to a certain source that's all they need. And for me, yes, I'm a liberal. Yes, I'm a progressive. Yes, I'm a Democrat. But I don't just watch CNN. I don't just watch MSNBC. I don't just watch the Young Turks. I do my own independent research whenever something that's affecting me personally is going on. Um, and it's just crazy how so many people just want to walk around and they want to spout nonsensical garbage that's blatantly not true. Just like people that want to claim that celebrities are drinking the blood of children, these are the same people that claim that this coronavirus is either false or it is a weapon designed by the liberals to control the masses, which is complete nonsense. There's no proof of that whatsoever. I just want to let you guys know, all of the people that are the head of these campaigns to, tell you that COVID's evil or it's fake or don't take the vaccine. I just want to be honest with you. The people that are telling you not to get vaccinated, they've already been vaccinated. They're just trying to save face. That way they can still continuously have your support. So, like I said, a lot of them, roughly about 90% of them, are vaccinated. Please stop buying into the bullshit, the lies, the nonsense. Do your own research, formulate your own perspective, and don't let what a network says sway how you feel. Because facts are facts and opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. And just because someone has an opinion doesn't mean it's a fucking fact. And and here's some facts for you. COVID-19 has killed hundreds of thousands of people. Here's a fact. The Delta variant, you're 6 times more likely to catch COVID when it comes to transmission from person to person. And that's a fact that it could still kill you. And there's two things that you could do to protect yourself. And this is a fact, by the way. It's called get your vaccination, which, guess what? Yes, you could still catch COVID with a vaccination, without a doubt. But guess what? You have a 96% survival rate with that vaccination as compared to a lot less without it. And to the people that want to give me the excuse, which I had a customer the other day that came up to me buying cigarettes and was telling me, "Oh man, I'm not getting that vaccination because of I don't know what's in that, and it's bullshit and da da da." And the guy was buying cigarettes, and I said to the guy, "Okay, well, you base your logic off that, right?" Well, yeah. So I said to the guy, "Sir, do you know what's in these cigarettes?" "Well, yeah, there's tobacco in it." I said, "Sir, there's tobacco, there's paper, there's dye, there is tar, there's nicotine, there's it there is pneumonia in it. There is chemicals that are used to to help build ceilings with in it. And his jaw dropped. He's like, I didn't know that. So I said, you're more willing to trust a tobacco company that's blatantly attempting to kill you while taking your money, but you have scientists that say this could save your life, but yet you're willing to believe somebody over the other and trust somebody over the other, all because you're willing to listen to a source that does not have your best interest at heart. And the guy said to me, son, I didn't realize that at all. I didn't think about it from that perspective. So I said, sir, I just want the best for you. And I don't want you to die because of something that could easily be avoided. And guys, this could easily be avoided. Wash your hands, social distance. And this is the thing, I work in the second busiest tourist city on the East Coast, Myrtle Beach. I've dealt with hundreds of thousands of customers this summer. We're shorthanded, so I've had to deal with even more than normal. And I have not caught COVID. Wow, so many others have. Do you know why? Because I used this. It's called a mask, ladies and gentlemen. So, two things that you could do to help save others people's lives. No, wait, three actually. First, do your research. Don't just take things at face value, look into them. And actually do your research off reputable sources. Don't just go off what a fucking random kook says. Do your research, get vaccinated, and wear a fucking mask. Because guess what? The quicker you do it, the quicker we could get through this bullcrap, and the quicker life could get back to normal. Because no offense, which yes, I live in South Carolina. Uh, roughly only about 40% of the people here are vaccinated, and we're one of the higher transmittable states. All because the majority of the people here are too damn stubborn and too ignorant to do their own research and to actually trust science. So please, guys, trust science, do your research, wear a mask, wash your fucking hands, social distance, and get vaccinated. Because yours truly has been vaccinated. I've not caught COVID, and I deal with more people, with the exception of probably nurses and doctors. Nobody deals with more people than Walmart workers. And that's a fucking fact. So I'm going to tell you this right now, guys. Please wear your mask, get vaccinated, wash your hands, and do your research. And you could save lives that way. And guess what? The quicker we do that, the quicker we can get to herd immunity, and the quicker these masks can come off full time. Because this is the thing, and which I'm a firm believer in this. The more you behave like a child, the more you're going to be treated like a child. So, like, the longer we take to get with the program, the longer it's going to take to get over this. And I want to get over this because this is complete bullshit. This is nonsense. And do you think I like wearing a mask? Fuck no, I don't. It's annoying. It's hot. I can barely breathe sometimes, but by God, if I got to do that to save the life of somebody else because they're too damn stupid and ignorant to put a mask on themselves, then so be it. Just saying, guys. I love you. I'm praying for you. And I hope and pray that everybody has a safe, blessed, joyous, and wonderful night, day, evening, no matter who you are, no matter who you're with, no matter what you're with. I hope you guys are happy and joyful. And if you if you highly disagree with me because of my views, then you're entitled to that, and I support that. But I encourage you to do your own research. And if this is going to cause you not to watch my show no more, then so be it. It was nice knowing you. Because honestly, I'm not going to stop using common sense just to please other people. Oh, yeah, and that's one other thing. if you got to stop being who you truly are to please others, then you're really not going to be happy with your life. So be true to who you are, be true to who God made you, and be sincere. Because for me, I got maybe honestly, I'll say about 7 close friends. 7 guys that I can honestly say that I would take a bullet for, and that would do the same for me. And I would rather be honest, truthful, and be open and be sincere and be transparent for those 7 than to be fake just to please a large group of other people that are just as fake as you would be. Because because it takes a lot of work keeping up a facade and being fake. I'm sorry. It's just easier to be real. Just like it takes more muscle power to frown than to smile. Just take the easy way out. Take the easy route. Smile. Be sincere. Be real. And the beautiful part about it is, like I said, through everybody that's going through your issues right now, think of it like a flower. Okay, you're planting. You're planting the seeds, and day by day by day, like you got like the seeds that sprout and they grow and they become that beautiful flower, that beautiful rose. Let God, let let truth, let happiness, let the spirit be that soil. Let God be that liquid. Let God be that water to help you, mixed with that soil, mixed with that spirit, mixed with your purpose to help you sprout to become beautiful and to become everything you were meant to be. Because you know what? We're not meant to be fake. We're not meant to be insincere. Because the more we are, the more trouble that causes, the more issues that sprout because of it. You don't want to sprout with thorns and like just being half grown and like just being a fucked up deformed flower, do you? You don't. So let God cultivate you to be the beautiful flower you were meant to be. And one of those things is being true, not being fake, being sincere, and using common sense, doing your own research, using your brain, using common sense, and realizing once again, science isn't the enemy, it's your friend. And you guys are all beautifully and wonderfully made. So, if, like I said, I had to get this out of the way because I really feel like the show recently it's been a chore to me because I have not been that happy dealing with the loss of my brother-in-law, dealing with my work situation, dealing with people that are complete lost individuals that that I've let get to me. It's time for that to just go to the wayside, and that's what I'm going to do going forward, and that's what this episode was a representation of. So guys, I love you so much. Thank you so much, and I hope and pray that you guys got something out of this. And once again, you're beautifully and wonderfully made, and thank you for your support. You guys are amazing. God bless you, and make sure to join me on the Retro Wrestling Revival. We are putting out content 4 to 5 days a week, and you could look us up at the Retro Wrestling Revival um, podcast page here on Facebook, and we will meet all of your retro wrestling needs, baby. And if you don't like to see me live on here, then you can download me. Go to any major podcasting platform and look up Baptized Fire with Brother Martin, baby. And I will gladly meet your baptism needs. So with that said, guys, thank you so much. God bless you and have a wonderful night. Peace.